Well, I think it's always amazing, too, to think about how much more space there is on the north end. I think it's hard to visualize that as well, that there's still significant space to add things into the north end.
Yeah.
Jason said you had a lot of interest after Hy-Vee opened, and people saw how much business there was in that area, that it seemed like you had a good interest coming in. So
We
that's
do,
good.
and gosh, I'm really amazed at how busy Hy-Vee is all the time. I mean, I'm here in the morning,
Right.
in the afternoon,
Right.
evening.
Well, I went on a Saturday night thinking no one would be there, and it was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
We'll be watching those sales tax numbers as they come in, but that's, it's good to be able to see that people are utilizing it. So,
exactly. It's like, we're kind of like, they're going to be popular, they're going to do good, and they're doing great.
well, my favorite story of that is my aunt and uncle live in Junction City. And I was talking to my aunt the other day. She said, I've been over there quite a few times to shop at your Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
Because Junction City has fairly limited grocery stores. Their Food for Less went out of business, so they have just two choices. They have Walmart and they have a Dillon's, and that's it. And so she said that they were coming over here to shop, and a lot of her friends were too. And I thought, well, that's...
One of the guys from the chamber today told me.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to hear that it's doing what it's supposed to do, which is draw people from outside of town.
Yeah, one of the guys from the chamber said, if you go through the parking lot, you see all kinds of different counties, cars, of people that are driving in from wherever to do their grocery shopping, probably go to the doctor or whatever they have to do.
Right.
And then they go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their once a week grocery trip.
Is they're doing it while they're in Manhattan?
Yeah.
I'm Brad Waller from HWS Consulting. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Really appreciate the support from the community and the interest. I'd also like to thank the city on behalf for everybody here and all of our team for having us and letting us show off all the hard work that's been done. Basically, we're just want to do a kind of a brief wrap-up session with each of the team members here. Ask them to come up maybe and talk about what they heard tonight, what some of the concerns and comments and issues were that they heard on their behalf from the public tonight. Myself, we held a booth out front there that was kind of more of a general intro schedule of what was going on. So I don't really have any particular not good comments. I don't have any particular comments of one line or another. It was just some more general comments to pass on. One of them was making sure that we took into account a future bus or multimodal type system, public transportation, making sure people can get from the downtown area to either the north end, downtown, Aggieville, stadiums, that sort of thing. Another thing, or maybe even like a trolley to get around. Another thing was the park. Please don't lose it. If anything, don't let it get smaller either. Please let it get bigger. One concern I did hear was the potential noise in the park from the surrounding streets, from the Fort Riley Boulevard and the on-off ramp. What can we do to minimize the impact of the noise to make it more of a peaceful setting? Finally, several people obviously spoke up their disappointment in the loss of the theater. Not necessarily maybe the size of the theater in the parking lot, but more the fact that it was going to bring in a different type of movies than what is already in town. More of an arts and an independent type film. We're disappointed to see that go. As kind of a final wrap up where we go from here, this is really the first big step towards actually getting the construction rolling. The site's been cleared. It's starting to get kind of exciting. Where we go from here, we're going through a preliminary PUD process, which will involve a public hearing, going before the planning board. So there will still be some opportunities for the public to be involved and comment on it over the next couple of months. From there, we'll go to final PUDs and final plans on the individual pieces as they become ready to start construction, with hopefully construction starting, I guess, this spring, at the earliest, maybe into summer. And then from there, just various stages going.
I appreciated that there were lots of people here available to talk with. They were knowledgeable. They were helpful. They wanted to explain things that I wasn't aware of, but they listened. If I had ideas to bring up as possibilities, they were glad to hear those. So I guess I felt like it was very even-handed.
So what are your concerns, as an interested citizen of this community?
Concerns? Well, I'm concerned that there's, really no funding for a lot of these good ideas at this point, apparently. We've torn down structures that were substandard, but at least they were probably bringing in some money right now. Where things stand in this economy it's just rubble, and we have hopes for what it'll become. But I think the signature change for a lot of people is when Warren Theaters pulled out, and because that was going to be really nice high-end accommodations, movie theaters that had lounges and all this kind of stuff, and supposedly some independent films, art films, that sort of thing, which we're missing. And now that that's not in the mix, it feels like a big piece of the real estate that they were going to take up is gone, and there's a big hole there that needs to be filled. I think that we still need to have that function taken care of by somebody. But I think that the vibe that I got tonight from everybody is, yeah, we've had some setbacks, but we're open to ideas. We're open to and we certainly are trying to make this the best project it can be, given the budget and the kind of fiscal constraints the whole nation is under at this point. So I'm pretty confident that this is going to go forward, maybe with some bumps and starts, but it's going to turn out okay.
It's a wonderful addition to the community of Manhattan. We're a university community that is 45 to 50 miles away from other large centers, and we have a major university here where we have many visitors, and it's important for us to have a development that reflects the essence of the community. And with this development, I see that it will provide entertainment venues, it will provide hotel, conference opportunities, it will provide shopping, dining. It's just going to bring a lot of, it will just emphasize the dramatic character of the community. Someone said to me last weekend, Manhattan, or Kansas State University in Manhattan, is just a magic community. This is an alumna who lives in another place, and she said, we absolutely love to come to Manhattan. So I think it's going to add to the magic of the Little Apple. I'm really, really excited about it.
I think some folks are a little bit surprised at how advanced the Discovery Center is today. It's only going to get better and we'll get more detail. And the Hotel Conference Center is obviously going to get under a microscope here in the next few weeks. Look forward to more details and further discussion.
Well, this was an exciting evening for the open house, and obviously it was an opportunity for folks to get a first-hand look of some of the projects and some of the specific building designs, the park design, the streetscape design, and how the whole district kind of fits together, as well as how it interrelates to the rest of downtown and the whole downtown redevelopment project. So what we'll be doing is refining all of these projects, all of the building projects, the hotel, conference center, parking garage, that will continue to evolve as a design element, as well as the Discovery Center, the park, the streetscape and 3rd Street, and how all of those interrelate, and will lead towards a rezoning application that will be submitted as a preliminary plan unit development application to the planning board, and it will get lots of opportunity for discussion at that point, as well as then forwarded to the City Commission for their review. And it's an interesting project because the City Commission has a role of being an owner of, the city will actually own the Discovery Center, the park, obviously the streets. The parking garage will be owned by the city, and the city is assisting with the financing of the conference center. So they have a role in that as well. And it's one of the things we talked to the City Commission about at their meeting yesterday evening, was they're separating their role as an owner compared to a quasi-judicial role of a commissioner trying to judge the zoning on the betterment of the city. So there'll be post-zoning opportunities as well as you get into the more detailed designs of the facilities as well. So I would just encourage citizens to stay tuned. Look through our web pages, stay tuned on Channel 3 as to scheduled for replays of this event. Also for the schedule of upcoming opportunities for them to stay engaged and come provide public comment at the formal public hearings that are coming up in the next couple months. the public infrastructure and the public facilities down there are the public's. And so we need you all to be involved in helping to design what's going to be there for a very long time and hopefully serve this community very well. So if you've been sitting back and not engaging, now's the time to become engaged and share your ideas.